Hi doll friends, and welcome back to my craft room. In my last video I mentioned that I would show how to make leggings for a doll out of leggings, out of children's leggings that I found at the thrift store. So I didn't add it to that video because I felt like the other video was getting to be on the long side. So I'm going to do a separate video where I show you how to make leggings for this doll. Now this is oh gosh, which one is this? Oh, this is Alicia. She's a BFC Inc. doll, and she's going to be our model. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine the length that I want the pants to be. And I think we're going to cut them off just below her knee. So I'm going to take my scissors. I have a better pair. Let's see. Let's take these scissors here and just cut that away from the pants. I'm set that aside. I can use that for something else. Then I'm going to slide these onto the doll. And I'm going to place the waistband where I want it on the doll. Actually, that's quite a cute skirt. But the other thing I'm going to do is there's one seam and it's on this side. So I'm going to turn that seam so it's at her center back. So we're going to switch that around. So now it's at her center back. That is a really cool looking skirt right there. I might make a skirt from the other one. And then we're going to find where her crotch is. And I'm going to take a pin, take a straight pin, and I'm going to mark right where her crotch is, and just a little bit lower. So her crotch is about here. Her crotch is here. I'm going to mark just a little lower. I'm going to mark here. All right. So that's where her crotch is. Now I'm going to slide this back off of the doll and make sure the seam is still in the center. And then I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut up the middle until right at the pin. So that's what that looks like. Okay. So now I'm going to turn these inside out. Now you're going to see I kind of cut to one side of the seam here. Doesn't really matter. You can cut that off if you want to. Take a seam ripper and rip it out. But I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to pin this out before I take it over to the sewing machine. So I'm going to use a pin to hold this together. I'm going to take the other leg and do the same thing. So once that is pinned all the way around, so I'm going to sew up, sew across, and down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have sewn the pants up. I ran a 1/4 inch seam around, I pivoted, came across, pivoted, came back down, and then before I turned the pants inside out, I just put a snipped into the corner where the pivot is to release the tension so that it would smoothly turn. So, and the other thing I would suggest is, since this is a knit fabric, you may want to use a zigzag stitch instead of a straight stitch to sew up your seam. That way it will maintain its stretchiness in the leg. So now we have pants for the doll. And what I can do is I still have a pretty good amount of fabric here, and perhaps we can make a top for her. So I'm going to see if I can fashion a top for her out of a piece of this fabric. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut maybe about this much. Okay. And again, it's one seam. Usually when there's a knit fabric, you got a seam on the inner leg, and there is no other seam. So I'll move that seam to the back, and we'll just hold it up here on her. And I'm gonna make this kind of a crop top where you can see her belly button. So I'm gonna slide it up, and notice where her arms are, where her shoulders are. I'm gonna eyeball that, fold this in half, and then I'm gonna cut just a little small semicircle, just a tiny one because it will stretch. So I'm gonna cut just a little bit. So now we have a hole on each side. And notice I cut a small hole because it's gonna stretch. So we're gonna slide this onto Alicia. And slide her arms through the holes. And one thing about knits is that they have a tendency to roll. So use that to your advantage. So now Alicia has a cute little crop top. And if you want to, which I'm going to do, I'm just going to pinch at the back here and estimate how much of a, I need to take this in. So I'm going to mark it with a pen just to hold it. Normally, ideally, you do this inside out, but I mark it in a pen, and you'll see that there's somewhat of a wedge here. So when I take this to the sewing machine, I'm going to start here and just blend back into the original seam allowance. That's to bring it closer in so it's not hanging away from her. Or if you like it, don't pin it and just leave it loose. Just depends on the look that you're going for. So I'm going to actually, I think I like it loose, so we're gonna leave it loose. So I think I'm gonna leave it loose. So let me change my camera angle here, and you'll get to see the entire outfit. Hold on a minute. So now we have Alicia and Noelle dressed in similar outfits. Alicia has on long pants and a crop top with a rolled collar, and Noelle has on short pants, a crop top, and the collar is not as I guess wide. It looks more like a off-the-shoulder tank top, and that's because when I cut the hole out for the armholes, I cut them up closer to the top than I did on the one that Alicia is wearing. So as you can see, there's a lot that can be done with old clothes, and I still have this much left, and I still have an elastic band. So if I want to make something else, perhaps that skirt, I can cut it out and use the elastic band as the waistband of the skirt. So easy peasy. Just go to the thrift store or look through some of your children's old clothes that they can no longer wear and turn them into doll clothes. So there you have it. So easy to make doll clothes, workout clothes from leggings, child-size leggings. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you will receive notice each time I post a new video. And as always, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And also, are you making doll clothes out of recycled clothing? Maybe you are taking old jeans and cutting them up and making them into denim jackets or jeans for your doll. Please leave a comment. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.